Fox News. Breaking news.
Explosive clashes just rocked President Trump's summit with Xi Jinping in Beijing. Secret Service agents physically squared off with Chinese police over weapons access while reporters got shoved and trampled. Yet through the chaos, the White House has dropped major breakthroughs on fentanyl, American oil sales, and keeping Iran's nuclear ambitions in check. So how did strength produce results when weakness never did? You see, every American family pays the price when fentanyl precursors flow unchecked from China. Your neighborhood suffers when foreign powers manipulate energy routes through the Strait of Hormuz. American workers lose jobs when China buys Iranian oil instead of our energy. The summit decides whether those pipelines stay open or get shut down by real leverage. And the security standoff proves the point. Only a president willing to stand his ground gets China to the table on trade, agriculture, and nuclear red lines. The difference between strength and surrender shows up in lower drug deaths and higher domestic energy sales. Now, before we break down the full strategic picture, there's some urgent breaking news on the critical minerals front that directly impacts American national security. This breaking news, Saga Metals, that trades as SAGMF in the U.S. and SAGA in Canada, is back in the spotlight much sooner than expected. In less than 6 months, this company has moved at a pace rarely seen in the critical minerals space. Less than 48 hours ago, Saga announced a 100% drill success rate across 57 holes at its radar project, and they did it ahead of schedule. Now, that alone would be major news, but it's only part of the story. They also added $10 million to its treasury through a private placement that positions the company for rapid expansion. Now, these metals are essential for defense technologies and supply chain independence. Watch for the in-depth interview on this topic on Sunday and check the link in the description for full details on how Saga is securing America's mineral future. That kind of rapid progress matters when global supply chains are on the line. And while cameras caught the drama at the motorcade, something even bigger happened inside the room. President Trump walked away with concrete agreements on fentanyl precursors, American oil exports, and joint opposition to Iran's nuclear program. The internet also noticed the reception in Beijing looked very different from the hostility back at home. Here is some of the visuals that are coming out of Beijing. Look at all of the people cheering for President Trump. Now, of course, we are talking about communist China here, and it's quite likely that all these individuals were ordered to provide President Trump with this reception. Very much like when you see the AstroTurf back at home at these staged protests. But let's continue here. It's still a beautiful scene regardless. The text on this, is it me or does it look like DJT is liked more in China than in America? Now, continuing on, here's the White House talking about bringing strength back to the world stage. Now, before I get to that, I do want to just, I need to fix something here real quick because I know we're going to have an audio problem and I don't want you to miss this beautiful audio track that the White House has put together on this trip. Remarkable visuals, President Trump making history in Beijing. And we're still getting some, okay, there we go. Okay, we got it now, and it should be ready for you. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that delay. Let's check this out. This is what the White House just put out. American strength is back on full display. Famous Trump handshake. Quite a display of that. Another shot of all those kids cheering. Wow. Military display. America is back. America is respected again on the world stage. Never saw Barack Obama get a welcome like that. So yes, American strength is back on display. Yet one viewer is asking why the West still plays the woke game at these superpower summits, highlighting a New York Times headline, "Where are the women at the Trump-Xi summit?" Michelle points out, because this summit is between two global superpowers, not a Disney movie, why are the West so woke? But I want to point something out here. If you watch this video again, where are the women? Well, look at this shot here. Where's the shot of all those? Look at that. Oh, yeah, New York Times must have missed this visual. All those women in uniform holding rifles. Yeah, New York Times really missed the video from the White House official account. That's the New York Times there, though. What do you expect? So yeah, this is no Disney summit between superpowers, and Chinese security already showing chaos for reporters trying to do their job. We got some behind-the-scenes video of that. Multiple incidents erupted as President Trump was meeting with Xi Jinping. And Chinese reporters trampled a White House aide, a Secret Service agent being blocked over his firearm, and U.S. journalists being held in a side room and prevented from joining the motorcade. Reporters also faced strict controls, limited bathroom access, and confiscated water bottles in 80-degree heat. This is the behind-the-scenes video. I could not imagine what this was like.
Do you understand that we are in the motorcade with the president?
Shoemaker to Tiso, we are still
but this is
So that the,
no.
The main concern now is that the security of our side do not allow you, sir, leave
okay,
this.
they are literally waiting on
We gotta move.
We gotta go, guys. Okay. Okay, no, we gotta go. We gotta go. Go. We gotta go. We gotta move. Go. Let's go. We're going.
Look at this. That is our head of
We
security.
gotta go, guys.
Let's go. He's right.
We have to go.
We gotta go. Go.
Thank you.
Have to
Thank you.
go.
We are going.
Unbelievable.
U.S. press, we are going.
Go,
We are
guys,
going.
go.
We are going.
Everybody go.
Rachel, make sure you're in this.
Go.
Be gentle, but we are going. Don't run over anybody. Do not do what they did to us. Which one's what?
Wow, absolute nightmare in the press corps. Chinese security trampled staff, blocked access during the motorcade. Now Secret Service agents in physical standoffs over their weapons. Secret Service agents gotten heated in physical clashes with Chinese police during Trump's visit. Peter Ducey providing some insight into that.
Heated and physical clashes between the Secret Service and the Chinese police on basically at the back doors of these events, including one very physical standoff where a Secret Service officer was being prevented from taking his weapon in as part of the protective detail. But things have all been ironed out, and as far as we know, the schedule has not been changed because of that. Martha.
Yeah, well, it's a tense meeting. I think that is that's pretty clear. Peter, thank you very much.
Yeah, clear indeed. Glad the Secret Service stood their ground. Trump must be kept safe at all costs. So we have this clash with Secret Service and the Chinese. And then we have this, a post from President Trump's Truth Social. White House just released the new details from President Trump's bilateral sit-down. Several major wins already being highlighted, cracking down on the flow of fentanyl precursors from China to the U.S., pushing China to buy more American oil instead of relying on Iranian supplies through the Strait of Hormuz. China takes 90% of Iran's oil exports, boosting Chinese purchases of U.S. agricultural products. China voicing opposition to Iran imposing tolls in the Strait of Hormuz. Clear mutual agreement that Iran will not be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon. An agreement to end the militarization of the strait. This is the image that was attached by the president in that Truth Social post of the bilateral summit. So Trump locking in the big wins. Meanwhile, people are pointing out this moment with Elon Musk. How great is it watching Elon Musk, the richest man on the planet, acting like your teenage son at a family wedding reception while at a state dinner in China? Take a look at this video here. It's rather funny.
This is how we do it.
So we got Elon just sitting there, and it looks like they slowed it down a bit. Elon making faces, taking a picture with the Apple CEO, making faces. Everyone's pointing it out. Rather funny. So Musk is having some fun. And then we have the NVIDIA CEO backing up President Trump. These are his remarks.
And to come support President in one of the most important summits in human history. And the two presidents, President Xi and President Trump, have such a wonderful relationship. This is an incredible opportunity for us to rely on the relationships to build a much better partnership.
Yes. Did you get any specific customers for your chips for the H200?
We didn't really talk about. I'm here to support the president and to represent the United States.
What do you think of China's economic development right now?
I'm here to focus on one thing, just to represent the United States and supporting the president. Today's morning ceremony was very uplifting. President Xi was very inspiring, very welcoming, and President Trump was very inspiring, very welcoming as well. And so the two of them had an excellent meeting. Thank you.
Any regulatory?
So that is the NVIDIA CEO. I've come to support President Trump in one of the most important summits in history. And then as the night drew to a close, long and successful day, Trump walked out of the state banquet and back at the hotel for the night. He's been dealing all day and is set to keep pushing later tonight. U.S. time, he'll be meeting Xi again around 11:30 to participate in tea and lunch, then board Air Force One back to America. Trump is grinding, making the most of his time in Beijing. Take a look, some of the visuals coming out of Beijing after a long day of the art of the deal on the global stage. President Trump right there with his delegation. You can see everybody in tow. And President Trump navigating those stairs. Unlike when we saw Biden trying to navigate stairs overseas, making a fool of the United States. President Trump, certainly a contrasting visual. So this is what happens when America leads with strength instead of apology. China agreed to buy more U.S. energy, crack down on fentanyl chemicals, and help keep the Strait of Hormuz open. Those moves directly protect American lives and paychecks. The security clashes only prove that Trump's team refused to bend on protecting the president. Real diplomacy backed by real power producing real wins. So President Trump delivering results in Beijing that the previous administration could never achieve. No, unless you're Hunter Biden cutting side deals. But you see, President Trump projects strength, and strength works. America first works. So share this video with everybody who needs to see what real leadership looks like, and comment below with yes if you believe that Trump's approach is keeping America safe, or no if you think the old way was better. And if you haven't done so yet, join the thousands of patriots who have now texted the words raw fee to 844-840-4963. They're already bypassing the algorithm and getting direct updates from me straight to their phones. And if you haven't done so, you should also check out the new merch at the merch shelf below to get some great America 250 gear and show you stand with President Trump. We're winning because we never back down.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now. You know out.